Now that you've found UBN Radio and discovered our quality talk shows, it's time to spread the word to friends, family, and the universe. 24 hours of music and talk. Radio without limits. That's why people keep coming back for more. That's ubnradio.com.
Today, everyone is a product and everyone needs marketing to succeed. So let's talk about it right now on Marketing Unfiltered with award-winning creative expert Wendi Cooper and her co-host John Hamilton.
Woo.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Hey, everybody. Hey, welcome. You are here at C-Spot Talk Marketing Unfiltered with me, Wendi Cooper, and John Hamilton.
Wendi the shimmy.
Well, you know, I dress like my ladies.
You're
my go
hard
girls.
to go girl.
My go girls.
Yes.
My good to go girls. Yes, I actually really love them. They came for a shoot and they never left.
It's kind of like your own little pep rally behind you there. You have your own little cheer squad to keep you going along.
Here, if I back it up, I can just kind of stay right. So you can see my heart. Boom.
There is her heart that everybody loves so much.
Hey, how are you, John?
I'm good. I'm so good.
Yeah?
Yeah. I had a highlight of my life happen this past week, which was really exciting.
Oh, God. Don't tell me you went to Paul Simon concert.
It was Paul Simon. And you know what? I thought about you the first thing when we walked in there because I was looking around and it stuck with me. You were like, oh, what the fuck? You're going to be surrounded by a bunch of 60-year-olds, da-da-da-da-da. And we were like, maybe, but we don't care. We love our 60, 70-year-olds. Who cares, you know? Show up, literally, totally split. And I hear people saying, can you believe how many young people are here? Can you believe how young the crowd is? There was like...
Oh, it must have been social media.
It was all peers.
It must have been social media convincing young
and
people that
were
was a cool thing
yelling.
to do.
No, but people like that were our age, that were kind of around us, were singing louder. I was like, I had no idea that there was such a following for Paul Simon amongst my age group and younger.
But what makes you like Paul Simon? Is it because your parents liked Paul Simon?
No, I like Paul Simon. I kind of just like that general, like, feeling good, folky songwriting genre, that Americana genre.
Do you like Linda Ronstadt?
Yeah, and I grew up with listening like K Earth 101. So it was Simon and Garfunkel, and it was the Beatles, and it was the Beach Boys. So that kind of music still very much resonates with me, more so than like Rihanna or something.
Beach Boys, I can see. You know, Eagles, I totally
Eagles,
get.
Beach
but not
Boys,
Paul
Otis
Simon,
Redding.
Not Paul Simon. Otis Redding, I even get that.
I don't know.
These are classics.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, and then you're right. Paul Simon. I don't know.
Folk.
He's fun. He's folk. And I do like my folk.
Yeah, he's folk.
But he's
so.
upbeat, and I think I like that.
And he's not rock folk. He's
no.
folk.
Sometimes even a little bit of like reggae folk thrown in, know, island folk. But it was good.
Some friends, it was good.
It was really good.
Who was his opening act? Rihanna. No.
No, so, we missed it. I mean, you know how it is going to the bowl.
Well, you know how it is being 30, going to see Paul Simon, and how messed up you have to get before you get there.
And that might be why we missed it. Trying to guzzle down beers the size of our heads before we got in there. No, I don't know who opened for him. It doesn't really
matter.
Nobody cared. No, everybody was outside guzzling beers.
Well, ask me what I did this weekend.
What did you do this weekend?
Okay, so I am grabbing for the Chardonnay. Well, Malibu Family Wines. We went on the safari at Malibu Family Wines. And anybody that knows me can go to my Facebook page, my personal one.
We talked about it a lot last week, too.
We did. We talked about it. They have this thing called a safari, right? So it was really interesting because
Wendy's son works there, Wyatt.
Yes. Well, Wyatt got it he's the sales manager. So he got this for Marino's birthday, the safari. And then, so let me tell you about it. All right, real quick. So the story of Malibu Family Wines, all of it's 1,100 acres, and it's up in the Malibu Mountains off of Mulholland. Okay, so she was telling the story on the safari, where she tells the story of the property, and then they have all these animals and yaks and giraffes and all sorts of things, and people have weddings there. It's just gorgeous. Okay. It's just beautiful, right? And the wine now is in full bloom, right? So it's just wine everywhere with rose bushes and stuff. So it's really beautiful. But it was interesting because I grew up in the valley. I grew up in Chatsworth. And she said the 1978 fire was the one that just devastated and wiped out that whole area. And it used to be avocado trees, right?
Huh.
Yeah. So, because someone said, well, how can you just put wine here, and she told the story about how it used to be avocado trees, and there still are a few avocado trees on the property, but they planted wine. The family came in and bought it, and then they tell the history of the family. It's just such an awesome experience. What is that?
And you did the full safari experience, right? Where you're on like the safari truck,
safari.
you're getting the tour, you're going through it.
You're with a bunch of I can tell you, there's like 4 safari vehicles. Okay. And Marino, I left for a moment to go to my car to get something while we were waiting for our safari vehicle. And I come back, and he's taking pictures of all the brides that are there with their, but he's taking pictures for them, of them, right? Like Mr. Picasso, right?
Right.
With the iPhone and,
Les artistes.
And then I brought my Canon camera that somebody had given me, which is an awesome camera, actually. And I could see him doing that. So I'm taking pictures of him doing that.
And who was taking pictures of you? I hope somebody.
Nobody.
That's a good visual.
So it was really cute. But it was really fun, and it's really awesome. So tonight we are drinking the Chardonnay. Oh, can you see?
Yeah, there we go.
There we go. This is the Saddle Rock. So there's 3 different. I think there's Mountain, there's Semler, there's Saddle Rock, and this is the Saddle Rock. And I really like the Chardonnay. I'm not a big Chardonnay drinker, but I really like it. The thing that really sucks, that I have to say really sucks, is that my son has to work for a winery where the wine is really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that kind of sucks, but
hey, it depends on like who you're asking.
So anyway, we did that, and I highly recommend it. The tasting place after, there's like this little place that you off of Mulholland that you go down in the trolley, and they take you, and it's the tasting area, what they call the tasting room. But it's really like this, like mini Coachella, right?
Oh,
and
okay,
so
right.
many young people, and people just have their blankets, and it's like picnics, and they have their picnic baskets, and they have the wine tasting, but you bring your own food. Right? So you kind of make this whole event of it with your friends.
A day of it. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Do you have to pay just to be on the grounds, or can you just kind of
I don't think so.
wander, explore,
because
and then you pay for the tasting or whatever?
No, I don't think you can go on the private grounds and just explore. That's what the safari is
right.
about.
The vineyard area.
Is into the vineyards. Yeah, you can go to the tasting, I believe, but to go into the private area, I think you have to go on a safari.
Yeah.
You can go on the mini safari, though. That doesn't have the cheese and wine. That's cheaper.
Oh, there was cheese and wine and everything.
Yeah, and they fed the llamas and the zebras and the disgusting
Did you got to see them? What's the deal with the
Yeah.
animals there, though? I don't understand how
they
can.
love animals, and so
And these are all like
kind of-
rescued
Well, I think
from zoos or
well,
something.
I don't know. I didn't ask that question. They
Probably.
have a giraffe. Stanley the giraffe. He's the giraffe you see in everything.
Or is he there? Is he
And
out
it-
of commission?
No,
He was there?
He was there. He just could not be seen. But he was there like this. He was there afar, and he was like with his ears perked up because he could see the truck. And so I was like,
Oh,
Stanley,
that's cute.
And he was almost like, hello.
He's like, but I'm gonna go the
the
other way
weekend.
instead.
It's the weekend. You can't come near me, bitches.
Oh gosh.
But we had a good time, so I highly recommend it.
I'm gonna make my way out there as soon as possible because I love wine tasting. I love.
I
Sorry,
distracted
just
John.
distracted.
I just had a
love
really
just
bad
hanging
hot
out
flash.
at vineyards.
Thank you,
Do
Jarvis.
you spit your wine out, Wendy, or do you just drink it when you taste it?
No, I drank.
Okay, good. Well, some people spit it out, which I find appalling, but I drink mine too. So by the end of wine tasting, I'm shithoused.
Marino does this, John. He does this thing. I'll put my headphones back on in a
Yeah,
minute,
yeah.
but he does this thing. He goes. I think it's so disgusting. It's like, dude.
Aerating it in the mouth.
Yeah, seriously. People see you doing that between his nose. It's
Oh, like snuffing it?
yeah, and then
All sorts of bodily noises.
anyway. Whew, I'm so hot. Okay, we're gonna get to business.
Okay.
Business at hand.
Let's
Thanks.
talk about your.
I had to get over my hot flash.
Do you
Whew,
want to talk
man, that
about
was
your
nasty.
exciting interview that you did recently?
I had this great interview with Saul Colt, who has been on my show, our show.
Yeah, maybe 3 months ago.
Yeah, he was on once, and then he was on once before. Did you miss your mouth when you drank?
I did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was obvious.
Yeah. I was trying to look and drink at the same time, but apparently I can't multitask.
Well, not with a big microphone in front of your face.
Not with a.
big microphone in front of your face. Yes. So anyway, I think that they were here around February or something like that. Ben Zifkin, Saul Colt. They were here from Hubba.com. And Hubba.com is like a platform where if you have a product, if you have a product, you're a brand. Remember we talked about craft brands.
Yes.
So you would load your assets up there, and but anyway, it grew to this like hub, where retail buyers are there, like the Costco buyer in Hawaii today, reached out to me, right?
Oh,
which is
cool.
kind of through Hubba, and so it kind of builds this Hubba community, and there's all sorts of blogs. So Saul does this podcast called the Hubbub.
The Hubbub.
Right. And it's on iTunes, and he interviews the craft brands pretty much that are on.
What do you mean by craft brand?
Well, a craft brand is like Easy Go Pro would be like a craft brand.
Okay.
Right. It's not a small brand. It's not a big brand.
Okay.
And it is crafted, basically. It's not like a Boku Superfoods or something would be a craft brand. It's inspired by an entrepreneur, and it doesn't have this big. It's like a craft
corporate
beer. Think craft beer. Craft brand.
Got it.
Okay. So Hubba is really great for that. So anyway, Saul had me on the Hubbub. And
it's a good interview.
It was. I was really kind of freaking out about it because
I
really admire Saul. I listen to Saul on the Beancast, and every time that I'm on Bob Norp's Beancast, which is all about advertising and marketing, and I highly recommend listening to that on iTunes. It comes a fresh one every Monday. I still get like a little intimidated, I'm like, whoa, who are these people? They're
right.
They're out of my world.
You love the Beancast.
I love it because I get to enter into this advertising and marketing realm that as a DR person for 20 years, I'm not in that realm. I'm not in the big agency world. I've never worked for an agency. I've had Fortune 500 clients.
Right.
But I've never I come from a completely different place. I am the agency.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
I am their agency. So, but in working in a different respect. But mind fart.
Do we need to
pull me back in,
pull
John?
you back in? Okay, so you were talking about Saul.
Oh, okay.
And,
so when the first time I actually asked him to be on my show, I was really nervous because I really think Saul is really cool, and I thought, what we're gonna do? We're gonna talk about it.
You're geeking out.
I was totally geeking out, and then Saul came here with Ben Zifkin from Hubba, and Saul has always said that interview was really captured Ben's Hubba. Right, his whole ethos, or what it is that he is doing. Saul still says that this is on this show is
the interview with us.
With us, was the one that really captured that. Yeah. And he has said that a few times, which is a real compliment.
That is a big compliment. That's really nice.
So anyway, I did this interview, and it lasted forever.
It was the longest they had ever done.
Yes, it was the longest one they've ever done. And anyway, it launched this week. So it's on iTunes. It's on Hubbub, right, on iTunes. I think we have a graphic of that, Jarvis. No?
Unfortunately, we don't this evening.
Oh. Okay. All right. No. All right.
We'll have that graphic when it comes our way at some
I'll put it up. But anyway, listen to that. So that interview was really interesting because I didn't even want to listen to it, but I listened to it and I even enjoyed it.
Yeah, and just go to Hubbub and you'll see Wendi Cooper as the host,
right.
and
on iTunes.
Yeah, on iTunes, on the podcast sections, and it is really interesting because I
made you
love hearing you
it.
talk because you start with a topic and then you'll kind of navigate your way through it and make it interesting. Like you're an interesting talker, and so it's fun and it's interesting to actually listen to you. Yeah, absolutely. Whereas when you're listening to some people being interviewed, they kind of drone on a little bit and do, and it becomes kind of mechanical. But you break and you laugh. You'll break and you go, oh shit, lost my train of thought. And you're a real person.
I do that.
But it brings it back when you're rifling off this terminology and all this expertise and knowledge in the field that you're talking about or whatever topic it happens to be. So I think you're a great interviewee and fun to listen to.
I think Saul was really good at listening to me, right?
Yes, definitely.
Because I did talk a lot.
Much more so than I am.
Well, you're like family, It's like I'm
So I
sitting
can cut
across
you
from
off?
you, yeah, and you can like I can read your face, like, Jesus, when's she gonna shut up? You're going on a little too long, Wendy. And then if Cassidy was here, she would be kicking me under the table,
just
and
rolling
that
away.
makes me feel a little uncomfortable and not worthy of this microphone at times.
Well, you're more worthy than
because I don't feel like
either of us
Are you-
schmucks
okay,
are.
So,
But anyway.
yeah. So did you learn anything about me when I made John listen to it because I thought it was a great interview and it was something that I posted and I said if you ever want to know anything about me, you have to listen to this interview.
I did. I mean, I did learn that you knew a lot more about what you were talking about than what I thought. There we go.
Oh, you got
there
it?
we go.
Yay! Is it up? On
Now
there?
it's
Okay.
up. Okay, yeah. So that's the podcast if you're visually watching us.
Yeah, so you can find
just
that
look for her
on
name.
iTunes, and it's Hubba, and it's orange and white, and it's the Hubba Ub.
The Hubba
And you know
Ub.
what it stands for? It stands the Hubba, but the UB show, UB stands for Unique Brands, I think. I don't know. Sorry, Saul. I don't remember, but it's cute. The Hubbub. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
no, it's really cute. And it's a good show, and he has a really good listener. So it allows you to kind of...
Yeah, he has kind of that funny, Saul will always tell kind of like a random off-the-wall joke.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes when he's on the Beancast, I'm listening to it in my car, right? And the other people are like, because he's on a lot on the Beancast. And he always says the funniest shit to Bob Norman. It's so funny. It's like, it's so freaking off the wall and funny. And sometimes nobody laughs. And Saul go, oh, Jesus.
He's like,
striking through.
crickets.
I'm striking
Damn
through. But it's really kind of funny that he can, it's like, I don't know what it is, but I think he's funny.
Yeah, well, persevere. Don't ever give up, Don't give up the dream or the hope.
He's the guy that told me, you are, as if you want to say you are the sexiest woman alive on the planet Earth and Mars, you just go right ahead and say that. Because if you don't say it, who else is going to say it?
Right.
And if you don't believe it, right? So just say it.
So, yeah, believe
Who's going to
it.
prove you're wrong?
I think, too, when it comes to cracking jokes, like when you and I have guests or something, you have to disarm the guests so that they feel comfortable in being themselves. And if there's not enough time beforehand to do that, or if a guest just simply cannot be disarmed, then there will be those moments where you're like, this is our back and forth, and they don't get it at all. And that's not necessarily our fault.
No, that's not.
So
That's not. So that's why you have to pick and choose your guests. So are my boobs looking a little big in this I Heart to You? Like my shirt? Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching this on YouTube, okay, so this is a marketing show where we talk about things unfiltered, but in our dreams.
Yeah,
but I want to say one thing is, okay, so my ladies, can we see my ladies? Are we on my one shot?
yeah, we can see your
Oh, you
ladies.
can't really
Your
see
lower
them.
third is blocking it a bit, but
No,
yeah, there you go.
Jarvis, not these ladies.
Oh,
ladies.
I thought you were talking about those ladies too, Wendy. You got to specify. I was with Jarvis on that one.
I am. So anyway, we're doing this whole social media marketing campaign. So we have
Yes.
I think we have an Instagram that is I Heart to Go, and we have a Facebook page that is I Heart to Go, right? With this logo or this girl right here, this lovely. She's jumping in the air. Maybe it's her. I'm not sure. But it's our branding that we're doing for Easy Go Pro because Facebook. Watch this, because Facebook took away my ad account. Right? They took away my ad account, but I want to give Facebook money.
Did they give you money back for that?
No.
They take
But I believe, and this is a great segue into social media.
Yeah.
I believe that Facebook is a really great ad platform if you do it right. And you can do it inexpensively and you can do it right? But I don't have the ability to do the ad platform because they took it away from me for content, something reasons. I didn't have enough content on my e-com site or something. Well, I can't get it back. So everybody says, just open up a new one. Right? And I didn't. And so anyway, I hired a company that now we have I Heart to Go Facebook page. So we're duplicating what we do on Easy Go Pro, actually Facebook page that is part of Wendi Cooper. So I can't even do ads for my radio show. John. Right. So
but you have followers at least built in.
I have thousands of followers, but I can't reach them. I can't reach new followers so easily.
Yeah.
That's what ads do. Facebook doesn't reach out. Like Instagram still reaches out to people who aren't even your followers, right? Anybody can come, and that's what's awesome still about Instagram.
Yeah,
it will change, and it is changing.
Yeah, and that's full of ads, even more.
It's all full of ads
it's
now.
More
Instagram
than Facebook,
well,
almost.
it's owned by Facebook. So
I mean,
Facebook owns Instagram.
And when you were doing Facebook ads, you found them to be actually helpful, and you would get clicks and fulfillments.
Absolutely.
And
we put the new 30-second video. Did you see the new 30-second commercial? Okay, so we put that on Facebook iHeart to Go page. We did it. We cut down. I cut down a 30-second, almost 30-second commercial, and I took out me. I took Henner out. I took everybody out, and I just have me and my friends, my jumping girls, and kind of this fun commercial, right?
Yeah.
And the new feet and things like that. And we put it in paid Facebook on the iHeart to Go page, and we I don't know, we just did it like 2 days ago, and we've already had, and no money. I gave her an $80 budget, so we're talking $80.
Yeah.
And I have something, I think it was something like 35,000 views already or something.
Wow.
Now
that doesn't necessarily translate to sales, but
doesn't matter because I'm not paying a bunch of money.
Right.
Who cares?
Yeah.
So, but Facebook does measure your views at, I think, 3 seconds. So if somebody swipes, stops, stays 3 seconds, that measures as a view.
Oh, okay.
In your analytics on Facebook, you can go in and you can see
precise.
This many people stayed for, well, mine is 30 seconds long. So let's say this many people stayed for 3 seconds. This many people bolted at 10 seconds. Not, they
so you're able
increments.
to see when people are leaving, when they're hooking.
How many stayed.
Right.
How many stayed for the duration of the whole thing. Right. So that's how we're testing. We're kind of testing that, but that was kind of awesome. And
that's really cool. See, I really like seeing the analytics and the back ends of everything and what all the work you're doing and putting in and all these techniques and all these.
So why don't you get more involved in that? Because that's today's world is the back end and understanding the analytics of all of the
It's more interesting for me as an analyzer.
Yeah,
than as just a person participating in social media.
Do you know how much money people get paid to be an analyzer in social media? John?
Yeah, but I'm not talking about social media analytics.
What are you talking about?
I'm just talking about I guess that particular instance is social media analytics. So you can see when, I guess with ad buying, the social media analytics has been able to change that game in a sense of how you can view almost in real time, I would suppose.
You do. You view it in real time, and analytics is analytics. And so if you're looking at the back-end analytics of something, they all relatively the same. What's really awesome is we used to look at those analytics in a more cryptic sense, right? In direct response, we would look at telemarketing reports. We would look at 800 number allocations to the station. We would see what areas in geographically we're pulling. If it was short form, if it was long form, it was more actually geographic because it was bought in broadcast markets, and tracked through 800 number activity. So they would assign an 800 number to a station. That 800 number, the calls that came in through that 800 number would then say, okay, this buy in television brought in this amount of money and this many calls. And they converted to this amount of money. So if I paid $100 for that buy in media, and I got $500, I had a 5-to-1. I'm going to buy there again.
Yeah.
I'm going to go back.
Right.
So now that was the standard of direct response television since 1993. Okay, but we used to do this with paper. Right?
Right.
The reports.
Right. Printing it out with the
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And nobody really understood, like in the large advertising and marketing realm, where it's not performance driven. How you buy and plan your media. It is driven by budgets. And flights, right? So Lexus has $10 million, and they're going to do the cow in the middle of the street commercial with Matthew Johnson. Exactly. And they're going to spend $30 million in media, and they're going to do it for a 6-week flight, right? And that's what they do. And then if they feel as though it performed well to whatever standards, because they're not measuring it, they'll run it again, or they'll save to run it again, or whatever, right? And they'll extend the flight.
Right.
Us in DR, we say, okay, let's say I'm EasyGo Pro.
Right.
And I have my new 30-second short form. I would say to Direct Avenue, our media buyer or our media sponsor, I would say to Direct Avenue, I want to spend $5,000 I want to spend $10,000 and I want to test in the highest performing direct response markets. My 30-second commercial, because 30-second commercial is usually not direct response, it's branding. So I just want to see if I get a lift on Amazon. That's what I'm going to be looking for, is my lift on Amazon, my traffic to my website. Because the commercial says at easygopro.com at the end. That's it. It doesn't say $19.99 or get your free offer or anything. It just says at easygopro.com.
It's the standard.
Yeah. Standard. It's like a commercial. Can go anywhere. And then what they'll do is they'll give me a media plan that they think is the best media plan, the most cost-effective media plan. But I give them the budget. I want to spend $5,000 for first week, $5,000 for second week. Right?
Right.
And then they'll try to go out and they'll try to negotiate like free spots or, bonus
and really
spots
just try
and
to
things like that.
maximize it.
Exactly. Because their relationships bring that to the plate. And that's how it is. And if I was to test EasyGo Pro on television, that's exactly what I would do. I would spend no more than that.
Have you thought about doing that?
Yeah. But, the folks at Squatty Potty might listen to this show, so I'm not going to say if I'm going to be doing it or not.
No, yeah, that's a good point. And I mean, TV's huge and it's great and it's always,
but you can buy TV for a relatively, thank you. You can buy television media that will lift and drive your sales. Television is still the place that people see.
That's the number one
spot. Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Because that was going to be my question, which, and I think we have to go to break soon, but with so much social media and how it's saturating it is into all of our lives, is if advertising on social media...
How effective is it?
If it's more effective nowadays than standard television or radio.
Well, we'll talk about that when we come back from the break.
Let's do that.
All right. Sounds good.
In mountain climbing, as in business, an expert who knows the terrain can help you minimize risk and increase your chance of success. In the business of direct response TV advertising, Direct Avenue delivers clients to new heights of success because we're much more than a TV media buyer.
The thing that sets Direct Avenue apart from the other agencies out there are the people of Direct Avenue. They come in and they really enjoy what they do. They work hard at it, and seeing the clients become very successful because of the hard work that they put in is amazing.
With Direct Avenue, expect to receive expert planning, brand building, analysis, and management of short-form DRTV ad campaigns. With Direct Avenue, expect ad tracking and ROI optimization tools, including TIP, our top-down investment process tool, which gives advertisers greater insight into the behavior of media targets so the right media is selected for every campaign. POP, our pre-optimization process tool, ensures your media clearance and spending goals are met. With PAR, Predictive Analytics Review, you'll receive reports designed to assist all marketing partners in the optimization of your campaign. And you can expect high-definition reporting with HDR. HDR includes interactive mobile-ready dashboards with detailed insight into each campaign. As a Direct Avenue client, you can expect the full-service resource, but you can also expect the flexibility of a boutique agency, an agency that will adapt a TV ad campaign to meet the particular needs of your company.
The key to our success is making sure that we're hands-on. Every single client-facing individual is senior level, so you get a hands-on experience every single day with every single client.
For a free analysis of your current DRTV spending plan, give us a call at 760-579-4210. We'll prove our expertise by showing you precisely how you'll receive a greater ROI with Direct Avenue as your partner. With Direct Avenue, expect more. For more information, visit directavenue.com.
average lifetime, 1,500,000 minutes are spent on the toilet. So what's the problem?
When you sit on a toilet, you're at a 90-degree angle.
Nature didn't want us to do it that way.
This causes pushing, straining, hemorrhoids.
That's crazy.
We want to create a product that is great for humanity.
Well, go time just got easier. Introducing EasyGo Pro, the only way to go.
Anatomically, we were designed to eliminate at a 35-degree angle.
You just sit, lift, and go in a natural position.
The benefits list is this long from a pure health perspective.
A healthy colon is encouraged by doctors for all ages.
The key to vitality, it's the key to longevity, it's the key to your health.
Be a healthy goer. Order now at EasyGoPro.com. Try it for 70 days. If you don't absolutely feel better, just send it back for a full product refund. Go time just got healthier at EasyGoPro.com.
Hey we're
guys.
back. Thank you, John, about that. You noticed that you're listening to the C-Spot Talk Marketing Unfiltered. I'm trying to be really professional here.
With Wendi Cooper and John Hamilton.
Thank you. And we are talking kind of randomly tonight. We don't have a guest in studio, but we are talking. We left and we were talking about social media.
Yes.
And the and what do you want to call it? You want to call it the 12 monkeys of social media? Because it's freaking everywhere. I mean, it's taking you back in time.
It is. It feels like you suffocate, kind of.
That's a perfect metaphor
and
for social
drowning.
media.
But what I mean, in my experience, okay, you know, I mean, we just spoke about this, but you know, because you give me shit for it all the time, I'm not very social media active.
I do like your half up, half down though.
Thank you. I'll do my, I'll like you did like on your interview on your podcast that you did on Hubbub. You were like, what do I do in the morning? Oh, I roll over, scroll through my social. I do the same thing. I roll over, grab my phone, and I'll scroll through my Facebook,
I'm sure everybody
my Instagram.
listening to it does
same with the
same
other,
thing.
billion people out there.
That's right.
But that's kind of where it ends with me. I'll maybe post 6 Instagram pictures a year. I won't do any Facebook posts.
Why is that, John? So can I ask you? You're 31 years old.
Yeah.
You're like a prime millennial.
Yeah.
You and Cassidy both. You're both the same.
Mm-hmm.
You're like adverse to social media.
Mm-hmm.
And yet you still are breathing and living and eating and farting and pooping. Actually, I mean, it doesn't matter. You still live your life. Where other people, their lives, like mine, are not as much as some people. But yeah, I spend a lot of time on social media because I have to. It's part of my business. It's what I do. It's what I believe.
You
in.
own a product, and a big part of owning a product is.
And I own a direct response company,
Right.
so I kind of have to I have to be where it's happening.
Right.
So, and I like to actually be ahead of where it's happening. I don't know if you noticed that in my interview.
Well, no, I do, and you're way more knowledgeable than I probably will ever be about social media. I mean, Facebook, Instagram, I got it. I understand those two.
But what do you think about the
Snapchat?
No, we were talking before the break. We were talking about the how ads were now becoming more prevalent, obviously on Instagram, right?
Like every 5 pictures you'll see
is an ad
on your scroll through Instagram is like an ad now, yeah, and it says sponsored on top. And
see, I'm not a big Instagrammer, so
some are
I
videos,
don't really go
some
on
are pictures. Now, and I've noticed a lot of brands marketing on all the platforms, at least the ones that I do. I'm sure they market on Twitter too, but especially with Facebook and Instagram, and in particular, those new bed-in-a-box brands, the mattress in boxes that just became really big, like Stitch and
even
Sew,
my mattress Satva. They do a lot.
Satva does something like that too, yeah. And those are the ones that I've noticed that anytime
but they're targeting
I'm on Facebook,
you know that. So anytime you're on Facebook, they know you're on Facebook, and they know that you have an interest in that product.
Yes.
So they will retarget you until you die, or until you tell Facebook, tell this ad to please frickin' go away.
Because it was
can't
really
tell
weird.
them that.
That particular category Speaking of categories.
Sure, because you were interested in a bed.
But this was before I was even really looking for beds, and then all of a sudden it was these. I was hearing on TV, radio, social media, all these beds in a boxes thing, and that's when I started paying attention.
Is that like a Casper?
Yes, exactly, like the Casper.
They
beds.
opened up a store in Abercrombie. Can you believe it?
Yes, I can actually.
Oh God, I can't stand.
I would like to drive by that so I can hop on one and see how they actually feel before I don't care if you can get your money back and all this shit. It's still a big fucking hassle.
See, that's Saatva. Saatva is the one that you get your money back. I don't think Casper, you get your money back.
Oh, they're all doing the try it for 90 days.
Oh, they are?
And you'll get your...
Well, my Saatva mattress, I really loved it when I got it, but I'm starting to find... And I'm thinking that it's just my own psychosis because my other mattress
you're getting used to it.
Was so swoopy, right? That my back really hurt a lot.
Yeah.
That I'm starting to overthink the little bit of a form to my body that's starting to happen in my Saatva. Like I liked it when it was brand new and this.
Just like a plank.
And now it's a little bit like Wendi.
Like
right?
Even when you're not in it, there's still...
No. When I'm not in it, it's not there. Only when I'm in it.
Well, that's the whole point, right? It's to kind of gently mold to your body. But you're like, no, wait, I feel pressure where I want it to be flat.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I really like the flatness
But
of
you're
it.
still sleeping well on it?
Yes.
Because sometimes I'm the same way. I'll have something, I love it for a month. I'm like, God damn it, I love it.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh shit, I hate it all of a sudden. Now I feel awful because I've just wasted money on this product.
And you told everybody how much you loved it.
And I told everyone I loved it, yeah. And now it sucks and I hate it.
I posted it on Amazon.
Oh yeah. But yeah, I still got to get on the whole match. But so anyway, my point is.
So let me tell you. So that's called retargeting. So anytime you are on Facebook or you are on Instagram and you slightly touch an ad or you open up an ad or it looks interesting to you, they will then retarget
So
you.
I must have done that literally once with like the Casper bed, being like, what is this? And then all of a sudden for months after that, it was every freaking rival brand.
Yeah. So the other day I was on, Marina wanted me to do our download test. You can go to speedtest.net or something like that. And you can test your download. So and a topic we always talk about is what I talk about ad blocking because you can't have ad blocking, right? Right. So I'm sitting there and I'm doing the speed test and I look up and there's a QuickBooks banner ad. There's a QuickBooks boxed ad over here. There's a QuickBooks along the bottom and then embedded in the center was a QuickBooks ad. I took a screenshot of it and I posted it on Twitter and I said, ad blocking.
QuickBooks, Mike? Yeah.
It's like, what? I said, the ironic thing is I do have QuickBooks. I do use it. So why are you trying to? But it was 5 ads. It was 5 ads on one screen, John. 5.
Oh.
5.
For different.
For the same product.
Same product.
For QuickBooks.
But just different QuickBooks style ads?
Yeah.
Or just different?
One was a skyscraper, one was on the side, one was along the bottom, and one was in the center.
So it's just completely framing.
It was all QuickBooks. Every 5 ads. And I will tell you that I bet you it was 5 different publishers or 5 different ad networks that were feeding those ads to that speed test
so that they
platform.
could get all the banners on that one page? Is that a strategy you're saying?
Well, I don't know. That's a thought. I didn't think of that. I just thought it was a whole mess of shit, basically, that for some reason, people who use speed test need QuickBooks, and there's some data somewhere that says that.
Yeah, it means that they're
I don't know.
efficient people and that don't have a lot of time.
I couldn't quite figure it out. But from an ad marketing point of view, these are okay. So online, whenever you see banner ads, okay, I'm going to teach you something. Everybody something. When you see banner ads, whether on the side or they pop up or they're on the top or whatever, those are typically bought on probably a pay-per-click basis, a PPC basis, right? So if you click on it, if the ad network does its job,
then we'll click on it.
But putting your ad in the right place with the publisher, right? Then and it gets clicked on. That's the only time you have to pay as the advertiser. The advertiser.
Right.
Okay. So they're always vying for the advertiser wants the lowest click rate, the lowest
so
click
that they don't
rate,
have to pay out, right?
Right. And the most, and not robots.
Right.
Guaranteed not to be robots, which is impossible because most of those clicks are robots, people.
Yeah.
Even
how are you
most
of your
them?
friends on Instagram are robots, unfortunately, these days.
They're robots, right? Whenever you see the customer service thing typing for more than 5 seconds,
Uh-huh.
that's a robot, making you think it is a real person.
It's like, how stupid.
Yeah. So anyway,
Whatever.
let me finish the train of thought. So so when I see sitting in front of my computer and I see a skyscraper ad, I see 2 ads on the side, I see an ad along the bottom, and I see an ad in the center of the same product. QuickBooks.
Different layout of the same of different
No,
ad.
don't go there. No, listen to me. Of the same product, okay? It does, all different ads of the same product. That means that, to me, those are ad networks that are feeding this ad. This is how they do it. They feed the ad to where they think they're going to get the click.
Right.
Right? So some data is telling them somewhere that people who use speedtest.net click these QuickBook ads. So these probably 5 different ad networks are all vying for that page, and speedtest.net is basically saying, serve them up, man.
Yeah,
Cover
just
up
do
my
it.
page.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter, right? And then the best offer creative, or maybe it's one ad network testing 5 different creatives.
To see
Which
where
one
geographically on the page somebody clicks.
somebody clicks.
Yeah.
Right.
Fascinating.
But it was absolutely absurd.
It's a little bit much, because then you start to sometimes you can't even find the freaking content.
Then you start to hate QuickBooks.
Yeah, and then you're like, I hate you, QuickBooks.
And you ruin the brand. I mean, you ruin my brand experience.
I mean, another major issue I have with online tracking is there were a bunch of what did we just have, a Memorial Day? Is that what that was? Bunch of Memorial Day sales.
Yes, that's when we honor those that have
I just
passed
get the Memorial and Labor Day
served.
dates confused.
I don't know if in your generation you realize that's what the Memorial Day
we
weekend
do
is.
realize that. Unfortunately, I think we're in a record number of wars, my generation.
Hey, go
But-
Hillary! Go
Hillary!
Excuse me.
Big night for Hills
she
tonight.
She just gave her speech on the way in here, and we have to say something.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. She's the nominee, basically, right?
Yeah. I think they're just waiting on California to finish up.
No, she's basically the nominee. She gave a speech on the way in.
Oh, did she? 'Cause,
I was
Bernie's
gonna
Tony.
fight. And,
we'll
Bernie's
see.
gonna fight to the end.
This isn't a political show.
It's not.
Oh, okay, but this is I have a really big problem with this part of ad tracking, right? So during the Memorial Day weekend and week leading up, there's all these sales everywhere online where you can get like everything for 80% off. So I'll just spend a few days and I'll kind of cruise through and I'll check through my emails, what sales are going on, and I'll look at products and this and that. And then as I'm just on the internet looking at news articles on the internet, if whatever website I was at, let's say farfetch.com pops up, and then it's all these Farfetch is a website that collates all different boutiques from around the world.
Oh, really?
So you can pretty much find any brand, product, whatever you
want,
clothing wise.
Yeah, exactly. But when you
accessories.
click on it, you're going to go to
I click on
the brand page, right?
And then I go, you can either search by brand or you can search by the store or you can search sale. I just click on sale.
It just aggregates things.
It just aggregates all the different stores that then sell it to you. It's
Right.
So I'm looking at all these different products, and for days and still now, I even made a purchase on it. Even for days now, every time I open up my internet, there's a big old ad right in the center of my internet page that says Farfetch and all the little products that I clicked on.
They know where you go.
So they know, and the products that I bought.
What you eat.
Which is annoying because I don't want to see it.
Listen,
but also, if I was trying to buy you a present, let's say we lived together, had one computer.
Right. You would forever see feminine hygiene spray.
Right? Or you'd come home and you'd see, ooh, like Tiffany's rings? What's this?
If you shared a computer, which I don't think most people...
Some people don't have tons of money and have to share a computer.
I guess so.
Or don't need it for their work, so they have one household computer.
Or you log on separately, right? You have, like
sure,
with my Mac, you can log on.
But do you understand how that could get somebody into trouble?
I think the deeper problem with that is that marketers and advertisers, we love the fact that we can hone in and target a consumer because that's all analytics at play, right? And all of your data and your APIs, right? So it's
not clear my history and all that stuff, right? Because I think if I did that,
exactly, you can clear your history, or you can actually get an ad blocker, and you won't get any ads, John. I have ad blocker. I don't want to see any ads. I don't really care, except for QuickBooks got through. Somehow they got through.
They did.
I don't know. Maybe it expired.
They've got it cornered.
My 30-day free trial ad blocker expired. But it's some people really like that because some consumers want to be focused and target and only want to see the things that interest them. But where it goes wrong is that even after I make a purchase of a Sattva bed, I am followed by Sattva for the next 3 months
if you're gonna buy another one.
Until you can click the top corner
a little
of ad
X.
cancel.
Yeah.
And you can say, "Don't show me this ad anymore."
It is really annoying, and
But
it seems like a waste of their money too.
It's not a waste of anybody's money because it doesn't really cost anybody anything to retarget you unless you click on the ad. Okay, so you have
which
to
they might as well try to trick you into reclicking.
So they want to feed it to you as many times as they possibly can on the transit. You go, oh Jesus freaking Christ!
Fine,
okay,
I'll click again. Go away, God damn it!
It's called the go away, God damn it, click.
So that's
hysterical,
that's
actually.
the go away, God damn it.
Yeah, click.
Blocker.
Go away,
app.
God damn it! So it's a GW.
GA.
Anyway, I'll see you next Tuesday.
Wait, but I'm still trying to figure out what. I always have a problem with this damn microphone.
Okay, so now let me tell you about Snapchat. So Snapchat, which none of us use, use. Snapchat is becoming the go-to place for advertisers.
It's like and kind of like the way Instagram blew up.
Well, it's a video,
quickly.
so it's video. It's video ads, but also YouTube. So here's the thing that's happening with YouTube. YouTube. That's why I did a 6-second. I'm doing a 6-second video. Well, I did the 15-second video with the feet that we did, the shoot that we did, and I'm adding words to that go like this: 15 seconds, right? Because Facebook loves 15 seconds, no longer than 15 seconds. You can post longer than 50 seconds. But
Kerplunk.
But the focus is most people watch for about 15 seconds.
Yeah.
So just do a 15-second thing. So it goes, go, time just got easier, with the graphic.
Right. Boom,
go, time just got. Yeah, so it's really cool. It's really cool. So we added that to it.
So it catches you and it keeps you
and we'll put a sound
in.
effect into it, right? And then on YouTube.
Like a splashing sound?
Yeah. Fart.
Kerplunk.
On YouTube now, if I wanted to run an ad on YouTube, they used to there was things called pre-rolls, and pre-rolls never really worked, and skippable ads, and everybody can skip. And
you can skip after 4 seconds.
But if I'm a YouTuber, like on my YouTube channel, I don't want you skipping the ad that's on, because I get paid if you don't skip that ad. Right. So if you're watching one of UBN's shows on YouTube, my shows, C Spot Talk Marketing, our show on YouTube, you probably will see an ad. You'll see an ad
at the beginning. That has nothing to do with us necessarily.
Right, it's an ad.
Yeah,
so
it could be Toyota.
No, I allow them to put an ad there, right? Because that's still my video.
Yeah.
So they sell that ad space to someone, and that is typically after 4 seconds. I think after 4 or 6 seconds you can.
Yeah,
skip.
it's like 4 or 5. Yeah.
So now what they've done is they've made non-skippable ads.
Yes, I've noticed.
And ad platform. And we created a 6-second EasyGo Pro, feet. We call them the crazy feet. The pop, 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 pop. I created a 6-second EasyGo Pro one to run on YouTube.
As a non-skippable ad.
As a non-skippable ad, because now YouTube is shifting to that non-skippable model.
Well,
so if you can create a commercial
right
in 30 seconds, you're now challenged to create a commercial with a message in 6 seconds. Now I can do that because I'm a genius, but it's not easy.
No, it's not. And now, do you foresee problems for YouTube with this? Because I love your number at 6 seconds. Because I can't even sit through those 15-second ones sometimes.
I think people,
and if it's any more than that, I'm off YouTube. I'm done.
I think people are used to having to wait to skip.
Right? Yeah, for that 6 seconds.
I think it's 6 seconds.
Yeah.
So I'm not positive, but I think it's 6 seconds.
I think you're right.
So people are used to waiting for that.
Yeah.
And I think the rationale is that if you can create a message in 6 seconds, it's okay, because most consumers are okay with that.
Yes.
They don't really care. It's just not skippable. And I think as a marketer, I think it's awesome. I immediately made a 6-second ad that I could use on YouTube. That's like a commercial.
Yeah.
It's a commercial.
Yeah.
So you just have to, I think, I don't think, I come from the 2-minute world of a commercial. I come from the 28-minute infomercial world where you're actually producing a half an hour show, right?
Which are still kind of fun to watch sometimes when you stumble across the right
writing
ones.
them and producing them. They're like a movie.
Oh God!
They're
Well,
like a
I
movie.
finally watched Joy, by the way, so I have a whole new appreciation of. Although, we talked about that. I wasn't thrilled with the movie, but I have a whole new appreciation with what you
Thank
do
you.
and did and have
Thank
done
you.
for.
Right. And I'm still trying to do now working. I can't disclose what I'm trying to do, but that's all our world.
That's
right?
a huge production, and it's a big machine with lots of cogs.
Yes. Yes, thank you.
You know?
Yeah. So when you're doing an infomercial, when you're producing one, writing one, oh my God. It's like when I moved to short form, doing short form DR commercials, hybrid. So I was the pioneer of the hybrid direct response commercial, the beautiful branded direct response commercial. I was the maverick of taking the 800 number out of the short form commercials and saying, hey, drive everything to the web. The first time I ever did that, I had to... I wanted to do that in 2001 or something. I did this one project. It was called Do Dawei. It was right after Taibo, and it was Do Dawei cardio kickboxing Dawei.com, and like this guy's name. And he was like this Asian guy, and he wanted to do this video series, right? And he comes to me. I was teaching all around the country, and he comes to me and he says, "Will you do it for me?" And I said, "Sure, I'll do it for you." And his name was Dewey. And he's a super Asian guy, Dewey. Where did you get that name, Dewey? He said, well, my parents named me that, So I did some research, and I found a linguist, and I said, okay, so what does Dewey translate to in Chinese or whatever it was? Japanese, Chinese. I think it was Chinese. I'm not sure. Anyway, it turned out that it was Da Wei. What does Da Wei translate to? Awesomeness. Isn't that freaking weird?
Why would you say Dewey and not Da Wei?
No, his name was Dewey. So I named his product Dawei cardio kickboxing, right?
Yeah.
And I had this voice, I had this really cool commercial. This is 1999. Cool commercial. And it was a Do Dawei cardio kickboxing.
Do Dawei. Dramatic pause.
And
cardio kickboxing.
Seriously. and do Dawei.com or something like that, or Dawei.com. And back then in 1999, you could get any .com you wanted.
Oh yeah,
right?
for sure.
Well, there was no 800 number. And what do you mean no 800 number? We can't do that. We can't do that.
That's the business standard.
You can't put it on television. So anyway, it was a big to-do, and we put an 800 number in it. Right. But that was the first product that I sold on Amazon. I sold that product on Amazon in a VHS tape, and I still have one in plastic.
Wow.
Yeah, so that was kind of cool. But that was, I don't know why I'm talking about that.
Well, we were talking about doing infomercials and how after I saw the movie, it was just a bigger appreciation of what you've done and sort of what you pioneered.
Well, that I didn't really pioneer it. C-Spot Run was formed in 1997.
I mean, you're part of the whole movement of the whole of how marketing has always evolved.
Well, how direct response marketing evolved.
Yeah.
How direct response marketing evolved. Yes, and then probably from 2000 to probably until I got sick. I got sick in 2005. I was really a dynamic feature person, when it came to integrity and no, when it came to integrity and bringing, because the direct response television is known for yell and sell and nobody can trust anybody and all that stuff. Call now. Is
right,
it really real?
right.
Oh, they air them late at night because people
Everyone's
are sleeping.
Tired
Everybody's
and
on
stupid.
Ambien. And it's not true. We air it late at night. There's a science to why we air it late at night. And if you people out there who think
because there's nothing else better on late at night also?
Well, the media is really cheap and people buy late at night.
Yeah.
We would not air late at night if people were not buying because we are a performance-based industry, and if that media buy is not performing, we are not airing there. So if you see a commercial on all the time, like on CNN or something like that, like local commercials, like call the wheelchair factory.
I've always wondered how I've seen the most random, just little
that's a whole nother show.
We roast peanuts, and they are on CNN.
Yeah, so that's a whole nother show to talk about how media is planned, how media is bought, and how complicated that is. Because that's a really good point. That's a really good point. Because, yes, you do see local stuff on frickin' CNN. How does that happen?
It's like the Orange County Fair.
Yeah.
It's like, and then on Fox, like between American Idol, like commercial. It's so that always, I really want to know the answer to that.
Yeah. So
next week, you'll tell us the answer to that.
Well, yeah, or we can have a media people.
Actually, I'm not going to be here
us.
next week.
No, I'm going to have Total Apps on next week, which is you can actually, Jarvis. 1 second, I have to say this. So next week, I believe I'm having on the owner of Total or the CEO of Total Apps, which is actually this ingenious where the video can actually continue. Like if I have my commercial and it's on my Facebook page. A drop-down menu comes where you can watch the commercial and you can buy the product in the video.
There we go.
Right in the video. You never leave the Facebook page. You just buy it right there.
That's great.
Yeah.
And you can use what payment
Credit
method?
card.
Apple Pay or if you have it, or credit card?
A credit card. You don't use Apple Pay.
I love the Apple Pay.
We don't do that. That's Apple. That's not Apple Pay. PayPal maybe, but
Oh yeah, PayPal actually is just as
Apple
good.
Pay. Yeah. Anyway, we got to wrap it up.
We do, unfortunately, but it's been a lovely evening with you, Wendy and Jarvis.
Thank you, John. And I really want Jarvis. I really want to. I want to thank our sponsor, Direct Avenue, because I don't do that often enough.
No, and they are really quite something.
Yeah. So, and if you need any short form media planning or buying, please call Scott Kowalczyk at Direct Avenue. And John's not going to be here next week.
I won't. It's my birthday week, so I will be off gallivanting about.
Are you going to be 32 or 31?
31.
31.
Yeah.
That's scary. I remember when I turned 30. Jarvis, do you remember when you turned 30? Yeah.
I'm cool
long,
with it.
long time ago.
I'm cool with it. It's fine. I turned 30 last year, so we're all in the 30 club now.
Yes.
We all remember when we turned 30.
Yes, we do. All right.
But
thank
Wendy,
you.
it's
Thank
been
you,
a
everyone.
joy. And
you
Jarvis,
have fun.
thank you.
And I will see you in 2 weeks.
Yes.
And not next Tuesday, but I will see you in 2 weeks. Have a good birthday. And
thank
you everyone, for listening. And we got this whole thing that goes on after we say goodbye. So,
yes, we love you, listeners.
We do.
Thank you so much.
We do. Thank you. C-Spot Talk Marketing Unfiltered is made possible by our sponsors, Direct Avenue, the television media agency where you can expect more. Contact them at directavenue.com. Ending music is courtesy of Tom Orsi at Orsi Digital. You can download audio episodes of C-Spot Talk Marketing on iTunes, Spreaker, and Stitcher, or enjoy the full-length video uncut on YouTube. Just search for C-Spot Talk in your directory, and while you're there, make sure to subscribe. Special thanks to John Hamilton and Tony Sweet for making Tuesdays the best night of the week. If you'd like to be a guest on the show, just send me an email at wendy@cspotrun.com. Thanks for listening. See you next week.